Yo, what is up, guys? King of Underworld back at you with another brand new series. What if Deku was the descendant of Rengoku? Uh, I surely love Demon Slayer, and I've meant to do a Demon Slayer What If for quite a while. My original idea was to do a Zenitsu one, but I'm pretty sure people would be like, Zenitsu is just a fucking coward, which you would be correct, and that's what I'd make Izuku be exactly the same. But no, that would funny as that would be, having whole little epic trope of him falling unconscious and beating the shit out of everybody. I thought after I got a comment on our videos about doing this topic, I thought, why not do the main heroic and best boy, Rengoku, and give him some sweet justice, especially after that epic scene and his epic sacrifice. Oh, by the way, warning, this will contain manga spoilers. So, we now start our story in the age of the Taisho period. A fierce battle has been fought across, well, a few years, as they're soon laid, well, at a shoveled battlefield, well, two heavily injured men, and as, well, one was Sanemi, who was somehow still alive, after the grievous wounds he had sustained from the battle with, well, Tanjiro and Muzan, and Gear, who had lost an arm. As after the two have recovered, they all celebrated their peace, as the Demon Slayer Corps was now disbanded, as the age of the demon prospers no longer. And so they move into a brighter future, as, well, Kyojiro's brother, he was holding a picture of his dearly departed brother, crying and said, "Thank you for everything you've done. I will always be eternally grateful that you made a sacrifice worth it." As everybody around him greeted him with a big hug, saying, "I'm sure in the future, when he, well, I'm sure in the future he'll be looking down upon us and thank, well, he'll be living his best life." As the times have changed, well, the old has now become the new, as they start going towards a new age, not one of demons nor darkness, but instead the light of heroes, as people started to awaken powers called quirks, and at this point in time, 80% of the population has their unique ability. As we cut to, well, a nursery, as a very unusual case was just born. A boy with a full set of golden red hair, with a fiery red tip to the end of him, was just born. Not even crying, but having a fierce determined look. As, well, a very, very proud man was standing outside the nursery looking inside at his, newborn son. As he says, "So that's Tojiro. My, is a spitting image of his great-great-grandfather." As, well, he walks away and comforts Inko, saying, "Well, he's definitely our son, that's for sure." As, well, Hisashi's name in this isn't going to be Midoriya. Instead, Rengoku. So, the family name is now Inko Rengoku, and Hisashi Rengoku, as well as Tojiro instead of Izuku. Because he's the descendant of, Rengoku. Anybody who's read the manga would probably be saying, no, it's his brother Senjuro, but fuck you, it's still blood related, I don't care. As these two were happy about their son. As he grew up to be, well, a very bright young man. Well, being one of the most positive people they've ever met. Even, well, even him just being around bringing life to a room. Everybody around him fawned over him. It was always adored by the workers at the daycare. As there was a very hot-headed young boy who got very jealous of him. As he got all the attention, he got all the attention he ever wanted and didn't have to do anything. This boy was Bakugo. He often tried to taunt, Tojiro. As he'd say, "Hey loser, why do you think you're so cool because you think all the characters think you're so bright?" Says, "I don't think I'm cool. I think I'm lame, in fact, but I don't care. I just want to be able to see people smile. That's how I personally believe, and that's what I stick to." Ah, you're so optimistic. It's so, it's so annoying. Says, "I don't care how annoying it is. As long as it brings hope, that's all that matters." As well, Bakugo seemed to blow him off. Until one day. One day, Bakugo had awakened his quirk, as explosions were crackling around in his hands. As, well, everybody started swarming around him and started praising him for his powerful quirk. As he started developing a complex about being superior. So, he developed a sort of complex to Tojiro, who, without having to do anything, got the admiration of everybody around him. However, he tried to take that all away by being more amazing than he was. And insulting him, and trying to bring down everything that he's worth just to feel better. However, this didn't seem to work on the young boy. Bakugo tried saying, "Hey look, Tojiro, I got my quirk, while you've got nothing. You truly are useless. Haven't even awakened your quirk, and you're already 6. I don't know what that says about you." As Bakugo's would have had his quirk for quite a while now, as he's now has his own little cronies to beside him, as they start laughing as well. As well, his facial expression didn't change, with a full smile, and says, "I might be useless, but at least I know I can bring positivity. Even if I have to be mocked to have other people feel better about themselves, I don't care. As long as I know I can make people feel happy, that's all that matters to me." As well, Bakugo just snapped a bit, as he started, he couldn't deal with him being so happy, as he wanted to see him without a smile on his face. That goddamn smile that's always plastered on his face. So, he decides to hit him with an explosion, and try to beat him up, to show him how weak he really is. However, even after hitting him a few times in the face, and even causing a few burns and scrapes, he never lost his smile. In fact, he was even complimenting the young boy, saying, "Not bad. You got some good footwork. And, you certainly hit hard." So, as Bakugo was growing more and more infuriated, saying, Why can't I get that damn smile off your face?" Says, "I'm sorry, but this smile that's plastered on my face will never leave so long as I live." As, well, this interaction seemed to continue all the way as they were growing up. As, in fact, the Rengoku family, as he was growing up, Tojiro happened to develop an interest in kendo. Well, that was uh, sprouted out from his family, as his father was actually a kendo master. He trained, he trained in a very odd form. And if you're thinking that this is uh, the flame breathing technique, you'll be wrong. This is just a weird way of using it. It was known as the master of the unusual style, as it had no name. It, when he, when Tojiro would ask Hisashi why it has no name, it says, nobody has completed it. So therefore, it has no name. As he would learn and practice under the guise of his father, as he would guide him and instruct him, teaching him proper form, how to strike and how to observe an opponent. As, Tojiro was quirkless. Never had a quirk. It never showed up. However, he never let it get to him. In fact, he was going brighter and brighter in spite of it, using it as motivation to get even better and better. Well, people didn't walk away from him. They didn't leave him behind, as even though he was quirkless, he was a great man. He always had a positive air around him that made everybody feel at ease. Had a strength that was, that was unfamiliar. It made you feel like you're being encased in a warm summer's day. It made people feel at ease. So they always found themselves drawn to him. But the one thing that seemed to try and drive them away was the angry boy, now developed into a young man, Bakugo, would always try and pick fights with him. However, not Rengoku. Tojiro would always say, Bakugo, it's against the rules to fight. However, I'm down anytime, any place. Just say the word, and we shall commence. However, since you have the power of a quirk, I shall allow myself my sword. As since he was practicing kendo every day, he always made a habit of carrying his kendo practice sword with him. As Bakugo would try and mock him, saying, "You really think a sword can beat me?" Ah, this is really the definition of you trying to bring a dainty little knife to a gunfight. But it'd be well worth it to see you flat on your ass. I might finally get to wipe that stupid smug look off your face. As he basically looked away from Bakugo for a second and looked, very fiercely at the window. As Bakugo kind of got annoyed and says, "What the hell are you doing?" Says, "I'm trying to observe my face. Do I look smug?" As he kept staring intently, he's like, "Take this seriously." I am. I'm trying to find the smug look. I'm trying to see if I have it. Ugh, sick of this. After school, out in the field, you better show up. He says, "Yep, I agree." As everybody after the school bell had rang had started gathering around in the corridors in the building, watching. As Bakugo and his lackeys walked out, and Bakugo made a point to stay behind, make them stay behind. As he said, I will need you punks to butt in. This is all mine. No, He's all mine. As he punched his fist that let out an explosion as they collided. As well, he then puts his hands back as they start crackling. Everybody's just fidgeting in anticipation. As a lot of the people in the school are very nervous about what's about to happen. As some are saying Bakugo's gonna win, while some are saying, Tojiro's gonna win. A lot of the people are making the argument against him, saying, how can he win? He's got no quirk. Even if he does know how to use a sword, how is that gonna make up for any difference in power? As well, everybody seems to bite their tongue as the fight starts. As Bakugo starts leaping forward towards Tojiro. And so does Rengoku. As he leaps forward with a blinding speed that even caught Bakugo off guard. As he's like, what the? As Rengoku sliced down. As Bakugo is barely able to use an explosion to avoid out the way. As Tojiro would just say, not bad. Using your ability to dodge out the way of my sword that's too fast, to avoid. So, how the hell are you so fast? Training. I bet even people like you could do it if you put enough time and diligence into it. It says, fuck you to say. It says, I mean, even people like you could achieve this if you train with enough diligence. It's like, ugh, it's really pissing me off. As they start leaping towards each other as Bakugo decided to go for a ranged approach. Instead of getting too close, he's being tactical. Keep a distance, not allow him to get too close. He employs his plan as it actually starts working. Parts of Rengoku's uniform starts to sear. As he takes a large blast to the chest. As he gets knocked back, however, he flips and lands on his feet. As his uniform bursts open. As a lot of people were quite surprised as they just said, how the hell is he still standing? That explosion could easily take out a car. As Rengoku just cracks his neck and knuckles and says, well, I must admit, Bakugo, you're quite strong after all these years. Oh, that burned me slightly. I'm impressed. Show me your true potential. As they start clashing fists to sword as Bakugo is barely able to dodge the swift strikes, and Tojiro is barely able to dodge the explosions that is coming his way. However, he decided to go for a risky strategy, as he took one explosion right to the chest, not budging an inch, tensing his muscles to the absolute pinnacle, as they possibly can increase their size. As he doesn't move an inch, Bakugo is just looking at him, saying, "What the hell?" As he grabs his wrist, and stabs his sword into the ground, as he pins him down using his brute strength alone. God, how are you so strong? Training. You see, Bakugo, since I wasn't lucky enough to be born with a quirk, I decided the best way yet to be able to make up for that is with enough training and effort. And as you can see, that clearly paid off. Bakugo's lucky start well, start to join in without without him saying anything. They start, well, one of them swipes him away as he lets go of Bakugo and then kicks his sword away. As they start attacking him, as well, the student out, well, but he was in an outroar, as they could just see that they were getting up on him unfairly. As a lot of the people were rooting for him, even though he is quirkless, because of how nice he is. He's smart, helpful, cheery, and a lot of them are very upset, as he's not even doing anything to fight back. He's just standing there taking the hits. As, well, he just walks over to his blade while still getting punched and kicked, and picks it up and puts it back in its cloth. As he catches the fist as it sung towards his face, and said, "Ugh, clearly we could not just have a normal match." As he tossed him to the side into the arms of one of the goons, and says, "I do hope next time, Bakugo, that you'll have the callous to face me all on your own. Let's have an honorable match next time." As he grabs his stuff and gets going, not showing any signs of weakness or pain, just walking off, as he was completely burnt. As he was walking back, he did not get attacked by the sludge villain, as, well, due to that fire, it would have already moved past, as it would have attacked another stranger that happened to walk under there, as All Might went and saved them instead. As he did not need All Might to confirm whether or not he can be a hero, because in his unyielding pursuit of justice, he would do anything it takes, sacrificing sacrificing his body and soul, working through blood, sweat, and tears. As he came back home, as, well, his father saw what happened and said, "What happened, Dojiro? Tell me." He says, "Bakugo again? That boy does not know how to keep his hands to himself. It's worse than last time." "I'm used to it." Says, "Dojiro." "No, you're on the right. You accept his challenge. You don't back down. And I'm proud of you for that." As he goes around and looks for some supplies to bandage him up, as well as get some ointment on his skin. As his family actually owns the dojo and lives there in like a little side storage area. As he's like, "What? Dojo, have you seen any of the medical supplies until we ran out?" He says, "I think we have. I'll go look for some. I think they might be in the old, I think they might be in the old room. Mum usually says that if we can't find anything, it's most likely going to be in there." It says, "Good idea. Well, we would have extra supplies hidden in the back there because, oh, Lord knows we get into a few injuries." As, well, Jojo goes rummaging around in the back after changing. As he's stumbling around in the room that was very cluttered thanks to, well, this house is, well, quite old. About 300 years old. But since it was so well looked after, it didn't have any signs of aging. This being something that the Rengoku family has owned. As, well, he was digging around, as he tried to turn on the lights, but it didn't seem to flick on. He says, "Oh, light's gone out again. Oh, doesn't matter." But he starts rummaging around through the room as he knocks a box over as it falls and, well, as it hits him on the head and it, well, scatters out in the crowd. He says, "Oh. Huh?" as he sees an interesting photo, as it was a picture of a big group of people and an individual that looks just like him, and he's holding a photo frame of somebody who looks like him but older. As well, then he sees a book underneath it as well as a few pieces of paper. As he clears off the dust in the book as he goes, huh? Wrath of the Flames. As he sits down and starts reading. As it tells of using a breathing technique called total concentration breathing. You gotta focus your muscles and deliver oxygen flow to increase one's strength, durability, and vitality. And even increasing the speed and endurance. As, well, Thunder is very interested in this. As he gathers up, he goes and grabs the books and the pieces of paper. As he was very interested, so he wanted to go read them. But he wanted to ask his dad first. So he put the books down in his room, but went to his father with the picture he found. As he goes, "Hey, Dad." As Sasashi, says, "Did you find the supplies?" And says, "Not quite. A box fell on me and, oh, don't go hurting yourself again." Says, "Yeah. No, a box fell on me and I found this." As, Sasashi takes a look at it and says, "Well, I'll be damned." Stranger just says, "What? What is it?" He says, "That's a picture of your great-great-great-great-grandfather. He was, that's your ancestor." As, he looks at the date on the back as it was dated to be the Taisho period, which from where they are has been about 280 years, almost 300 years. As says, "Wow, it's amazing. I'm surprised you found it." And was there anything else? As he said, "I found these old books that seem to tell of a breathing technique or way of breathing." It says, "Really?" As he says, "Yeah, it says something about total concentration." That doesn't sound right. He says, "Yeah, I know. It was odd to me at first, but I kept reading. Apparently it's meant to help the blood flow, in your body circulate faster and more efficiently, increasing your strength, speed, endurance, agility, everything." As he went and grabbed one of the books and showed it to his father. As he tried, however, every time he tried to do it, he wouldn't be able to fall into a state of rhythm. He wouldn't be able to hold it without, he wouldn't be able to hold the form for as long as he tried, instead just coughing out violently. As, Rengoku takes a look at it, and reads it intently, as Isashi just says, "Look, I keep trying to do what it says, however, it doesn't seem like anything's able to happen. You start coughing up." It says, "If I was here, I would more worry about the wounds on your wounds than trying to decode that old book." As, Tojo just takes note of that, as he goes Well, he goes and sits out in the dojos, sitting in the middle in, well, in his kendo outfit, as he was doing a bit of meditating, as he thought to himself, why don't I try doing the technique? As, well, he closed his eyes, and he started to focus. As he started breathing in heavily, releasing it through his nose, as he kept on repeating the motions, getting into a hypnotic-like trance. He then feels his body, well, his heart beat faster, as he can feel his blood pump faster through his body. He doesn't know how he can tell. It's just, he feels it, he feels the energy move around his body at a quick and rapid succession. As he kept his mind focused, keeping it clear of anything else. As he held that form for quite a while. As, well, he, well, before he had known it, it passed, well, 2 hours had passed. As, his father had come in to tell him that, the food was ready, and he should come back inside. However, he had noticed something strange. That he was in a hypnotic, well, he was in a calm state of mind. Since since he has trained in the ways of the sword, you can tell when somebody has a clear or disturbed mind. You can see that his mind is free from any impurities. Nothing else is there to cloud his judgment. And, well, that seems to reflect in his posture as he's standing up and is breathing in and out as he's watching. And he then snaps him out of it and says, Tojiro! Tojiro snaps out of it and says, oh, sorry. Come on, you gotta have something to eat. As he starts walking forward, and he notices that he doesn't feel the pain anymore. As he remembers from reading that the total concentration technique increases the recovery time in the body. As, well, he didn't know if it was just by coincidence or not. They didn't bother to mention it to his father. So, he kept on practicing in secret, without his father knowing, or only watching him, from a glance, thinking that he's just trying to clear his head of all the negativity he has to face. Which he is partially correct in. As, well, Bakugo is still unrelenting, however, so is Rengoku. He doesn't back down from a challenge, nor does he ever want to withdraw from a fight. If he is challenged, he will never back down. Not until he is beaten lifeless in black and blue. Then, well, over the next 9 months after being told by the teacher to choose where they wanted to go for the entrance exams and to go for the future. So of course many of the people want to be heroes. However, so did Tojiro. He wanted to be, a hero that can inspire hope into even the, well, even to those who have given up on life. He wants to be their sole flame in the dark wintry night. The one that sparks passion in people's hearts and sets it ablaze. As one day he was walking along, going back from school as he noticed a giant figure looming over two women as it was threatening them, asking for directions. As he stepped forth calmly and collectively and says, "Hello." He says, "Who are you? Do you know the way to Kamachi Station?" I'm making it up, I can't remember what it is. "Oh, Kamachi, take 3 lefts, go up the road about 400 meters, take 3. A left, a right, and continue going straight." He says, "Thank you very much." He says, "You're welcome. Now have a nice day." As he turns around and then says to them, "I'm sorry, you must have been quite scared." As the two of them collapse to the ground, as he offers them a bit of comfort, and, well, a bit of solace as well, saying that they were, well, it was brave of them to try and stand up to him, but sometimes in situations like that, you just have to protect yourself. As he tells them, being scared is natural. Never being afraid is insane. Oh, I was scared when I was talking to him, but I didn't let that stop me. I was scared, but the justice in my heart wanted me to see people not get hurt. As he walks away after a friend of theirs had come to pick them up, which was actually Mina. She thanked them profusely as they said that basically they pulled into a giant group hug as all the 3 girls collapsed into the ground crying, saying how scared they were. As he says, "Well, I'll be going now. I hope you'll make it home safely." As, the pink-haired girl says, "Wait, what's your name?" Says, "Oh, me? Well, my name is Tojiro Rengoku, a quirkless nobody who strives to become a hero. At least that's what my friend says anyway." As he walks along as, they were quite shocked that he just openly said that, even about himself. Not sure if he was joking or was being serious. As he was walking past a boy with black shaggy hair, that hung around his chin. Hung around his mouth, I should say. Said to him, "Hey, can I ask you something?" Says, "Sure. What do you need? Something wrong?" Says, "No. But how were you able to face him? I'm sure you would have been scared for your life." "Oh, anybody would." If you're asking why I'm repeating this whole thing about being scared, it's because he wasn't in earshot, okay? It says, "Of course I was afraid. No sane person would ever think that they should go into that and not be afraid. Oh, heroes go and fight every day knowing that they put their life on the line. They are the reason why we are safe. Yet we see them as fearless individuals. They fear for our safety. They fear for our lives. And they place on top of their own. They are still fearing for themselves, however they'd rather die than see us be harmed. And I want to become a hero. And my own pride and justice would not allow them to be hurt. So, I simply stepped in before anybody got hurt." Says, "But I wish I could have your confidence. Me, I'm just somebody born with terrible quirk. Hell, I don't even like mine. I'm not confident at all. When I saw that happening, I wanted to go running in. I really did. However, when it came down to it, I just stood there frozen in place in fear. As he started, hanging his head down further and further, as Jojo just says, "Good," as he looks up, confused, and says, "Keep that feeling. You want to look up to that feeling and defy it. Turn that shame into a burning passion to become even better. Live knowing that you can become stronger. Go ahead, live live with your head held high. No matter how devastated you may be by your own weakness or your own uselessness, set your heart ablaze, grit your teeth, and look straight ahead." As, the young boy's eyes started glimmering with hope once more. As he walked away with a smile on his face. As, now it came time to practice down the techniques. As during the 9 months that he was given, he was studying the old books more, talking about the breath of the flame more, saying that once mastery of the total concentrated breathing has been achieved, may one be able to learn one of the breath styles, as these seem to be of people were documented as Hashira. And he thought to himself, Hashira, that's quite unusual. He kept on reading between all of the different books that was passed down, as they all seem to come under the name Hashira. As he reads the final entry from a man named Kyojo Rengoku. As he reads the book, and it speaks of many different breathing styles, not just that of the breath of the flame. It talks of all the many basic styles: the breath of stone, the breath of wind, breath of thunder and water, as well as the breath of the flame, the most ferocious of all. As he would go on to mention that there are 9 forms within this breathing style. As he would read the first form, as he would look forward, breath of the flame, first form, unknowing fire. As it says, it's an extremely quick burst of speed, aimed for a singular swift strike. It was used to behead enemies. As it seems that there was a few extra details added into the front few pages. As he looked back at them, you can know they were just gibberish. As he says, a demon's only weakness is their head. Once the head is severed, may the demon be killed. I have come into contact with Law Moon 2. That fight was incredibly hard. But after I had burst my eardrums, before I was eventually able to cut its head off. As Jojo was thinking to himself, what kind of life must they have lived? Demons? There's no such thing in that in our history. As he reads through all the documentations, as before going back to the well, going back to first, well, learning the forms, as he saw the first form and decided to copy its, well, use its description as well as the written techniques on the paper, as he copied the movements as he got himself into a stance, readied his blade, as he dashed forward using the concentrated breathing technique as, well, he seemed to move the entire length of the dojo within a split second. Well, just sheerly amazed by his own speed, he realized that where his footprints were, or where he was standing just before, and ready to approach and ready to strike, left scorch marks. As he noticed that the soles of his, well, socks had burnt off due to the sheer speed at which he was traveling. As he learned, well, he continued learning the forms. As he stood right in front of, well, after the 9 months of training, he stood right in front of the tall looming buildings that was UA. Confident and ready, sword on back, confidence in his heart, and passion burning brighter than ever. As he looked forward to the building and stepped forward, one hopeful step at a time. And this is where I'm going to leave part 1 off. Yes, I'm sorry for being a blue boring bastard, as one person said in the comments, but I have to do this to people. Otherwise, how would you come back? Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't want this thing to be too long, and I know I said I was going to do an extra long part, but I was planning on just doing an extra long part of the original series, and I'm like, you know what? I'll surprise you all. You get a new series, one after the other. By the way, Tropica will be coming out this weekend. I don't know when exactly, but it will. I will be getting out some more diverse content other than just trying to wrap things up. But I will be trying to do those things as well, so please just be patient with that. But other than that, I've been the King of Underworld. Please let me know what you've been thinking. Sorry if I've been a bit stuttery, it's just, I've been very tired. I've got exams, I've got assignments, I've got issues, and yeah, just that, bro. But anybody who's listening at this point, I thank you so very much, and I hope you guys will look forward to this brand new series, as I do love Demon Slayer, and I was kind of kicking myself that I didn't already make a series already. But yeah, well, all I gotta say is I've been the King of Underworld, and I hope you all have a good day. Peace.